What's up, guys? Bill here. Today in this video, I'm going to be going over my UFC Noche recap and matchmaking after this card. It happened tonight, and I gotta be honest with you, man. The main event was a banger, dude. I think it is easily a contender for fight of the year, but we will get into that. So yeah, guys, let's just get straight into it. I'm not even gonna waste your time, man. So first, Santiago Luna, man, he gets the finish. He's quite the finisher, actually, as considering now he's 7-0. He kind of, has like an even ratio of finishes now. Now, a good half of them, I think 3 or 4 of them, come by submission. I think 2 or 3 of them by a rear naked choke. But this one here on his UFC debut, it was a knockout, man. It was actually pretty impressive. He packed some power. It was a great debut. I thought Quang Lee was going to win just kind of off of the experience. But hey, man, listen, Santiago Luna got the job done. Listen, dude, I took a lot of L's on this card in terms of like predictions, man. You're going to hear me say, well, we're going to take this one and move on. So, yeah. Kelvin Gastelum, dude, I think he just passes by, right? I think he just passed by. He missed weight again. Yeah, he did, drop Dustin with a nice, 3-piece with a soda. But to be honest, it's whatever. It's just kind of whatever to me, I mean, I'm indifferent about Kelvin Gastelum because now he's missed weight 5 times, and it's not like he's like a Charles Oliveira or like someone who's like competing with high-level competition. I mean, he's done. You know what I mean? So, not really too much to say about him either. Moving on. We got Rafa Garcia, man. He put on a very impressive performance against Jared Gordon. Listen, man, I underestimated him. I very much so underestimated Rafa Garcia. I thought he was a little bit boring, but I guess being in UFC Noche, yeah, I mean, it hyped him up. It got him ready to go. He had very sharp boxing. I mean, like, he was able to take a lot of punishment and keep moving forward. And I thought he had a great mix when he transitioned in the ground game, got the choke in, and Jared Gordon slipped right out of it. And then, Garcia was just bam, bam, just elbow smashing him and just absolutely finishing the fight. I mean, I just thought it was clean, and I just thought it was nice how he kind of switched from like, jiu-jitsu back to ground and pound. And, it was just really nice to see instead of him trying to force something and trying to make something happen, like trying to make that choke happen. He identified and switched up and was able to put the ground and pound and get the finish. So yeah, moving on, man, to the match. Making, I would put him honestly against some other unranked guys, like maybe to climb up a little bit. Like I would give him Quay Fernandez and Mateusz Rebecki. I just think that these two guys are like good measuring sticks for right before you get to like maybe 15, 14 or like unranked, like right before you get to that level. And I think he proved that today. I think that he, Rafa Garcia has a long enough of a fight streak and history in the UFC where we're like, okay, like, well, we can give him someone just a little bit higher just to test him out and see where he's at. Next, man, Rob Font versus David Martinez, man. And I'm not gonna lie, dude. I mean, this fight was a little embarrassing, dude. I mean, he kind of low-key proved that outside of the top 6, the bantamweights is not a stacked division because this was his second pro fight and he beat him, the number 9th ranked bantamweight in the world. And it just looked like that wherever Rob Font was, Martinez was just there quicker. You know what I mean? He was quicker, he was faster, and he loaded up on a lot of shots and was swinging 100% with everything he had. But I think he just completely kind of flipped the narrative that like outside of the top 6, that the bantamweights are just not stacked. You know what I mean? Like outside of the Piotr Jans and the Figueiredos and the Sanhagens and the Merabs and the O'Malley's, like those guys who are literally in the top 5, top 6, then it's not stacked, and he just proved that. Obviously not really that great of a fight in terms of like a co-main event. I just thought it was okay in terms of like the quality of the card. Really, the main event was the only thing that people liked, which obviously we're going to get into after this. With some matchmaking here, to be honest, I think that he should take on Amin Zahabi. I just think that this fight right here is the best one, considering that he's the 10th ranked guy, and I think that also it's like his second pro fight, like I said. So I think that he should fight someone. He just beat someone number 9th, so gets number 9, beat someone in the 10, and then I guess he can work his way from there. Not really too much going on here with this fight. Let's just get straight to what we all want to talk about, and that is the main event, dude. Deigo Lopes humbling Jean Silva. He gained so much aura in this fucking fight, and he showed that there's levels to the game, and that was something that I did talk about in my prediction video, which is that, look, listen, Jean Silva is a 10th ranked guy, and Deigo Lopes is a 2nd ranked guy, and a lot of people doubted him. A lot of people said, hey, Deigo Lopes is going to lose, especially after that Volkanovski loss. And look, listen, I get it. I mean, he served a humble pie to Jean Silva, man. I think is a fight of the year contender. It was an amazing fight, hands down. Like, it saved the card, without a doubt. Deigo Lopes gets the takedown. Jean Silva ends up on bottom, and Deigo Lopes is using elbows and ground and pound and kind of almost cuts up Jean Silva, gets, you know, a little bit of damage here and there. They work their way up, you know, in the first round, feeling each other out, getting some accurate strikes on each other. And in the second round, it just seems like Silva wasn't missing. And then on the ground, you know, they get back to the ground, wrestle for position. Silva rolls back up and they get back to a standing basis. And then Silva just goes in this fucking, just this Kratos like Spartan rage where he goes and he's swinging and is just not missing. Like, he's just hitting Lopes. I mean, he's connecting here. And on top of that, you know, he backs up Lopes into the cage, and then Lopes out of nowhere catches him with a spinning elbow, and then Silva falls down after he gets caught with the ground and pound, and then that was the end of the fight in the second round. It was an absolute banger, and Deigo Lopes showed that he is still a future champion. He is still championship material. And listen, dude, all I gotta say is I called it. I called it. And I'm honestly kind of glad that I'm wrong about the other fights if it means me being right about this one. This photo, this visual, it just says it all. Now, in terms of what fights to make, right? Like, what are we going to do with Deigo Lopes? Well, this is what we're going to do. We're going to put him against Movsar Evloev, or we're going to put him against Yair Rodriguez, right? Now, I know some people, like, I saw a comment on my featherweight video. They said, well, look, like, I think it's kind of crazy how you think Movsar Evloev doesn't deserve a title shot. Well, look, he hasn't been active, okay? And I think that Deigo Lopes, the number 2 guy, he just fought to defend his number 2 spot. And I think on top of that, now he needs to fight to get him back into really title contention, right? Because do I think that with that effort, that is enough to get him to get a rematch with Volk? I mean, yeah, maybe. But do I think that's the right move to make? No, probably not. I think that instead he should get a fight either with Yair Rodriguez, who's the number 3 ranked guy. That would make a lot of sense. Or Movsar Evloev, who's the number 1 ranked guy. And I think that out of these 3 guys here, right, like whoever wins with Lopes or Rodriguez, or Lopes versus Evloev, I think that they get a shot at Volk. I don't really know if they're trying to line up for Lerone Murphy versus Volkanovski, but I guess we will cross that bridge once we get there. So yeah, this is my full, I guess, breakdown and recap and matchmaking of UFC Noche. And I'm going to be honest, this card was kind of mid, but the main event really saved it. I mean, you know, and definitely fight of your contender. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. And yeah, peace.